Billy was the sheriff's son, a bright and shining kid. Saved himself $100, went to the bank with it. As he stepped up to the counter, he heard a chilling sound. 3 armed men came busting in, screaming, "Everyone get down." I wish that I'd have known this was my final day. I would have spent that money instead of being at this bank. The only guard caught unaware was quickly downed and bound. The fear of steel and those devil eyes put everyone on the ground. As Billy lay there belly down, his body paralyzed, he watched the reign of terror in the wake of their surprise. I wish that I'd have known this was my final day. I'd have done the things I never did and said all I had to say. There's a manager came quietly and handed them the keys. The townsfolk were all gathered up, stripped of cash and jewelry. But this wouldn't be a simple heist. The masked man wanted more. Billy learned the awful truth as they strapped him with C4. I wish that I'd have known this was my final day. My old man will never see his son alive again. The 3 men knew they only had a few minutes more of time. And sure enough, the sheriff came. His force formed an iron line. Through a megaphone, the sheriff laid the terms to keep them all alive. But the gunmen had prepared for this, and swiftly they replied, "We think you ought to know your boy's in here today. You'll be giving in to our demands, or we'll blow your son away." The game had changed. The sheriff knew he'd finally been outmatched. The men inside were confident in the perfect plan they'd hatched. But the sheriff was a steady hand, a man who'd see it through. And with wildfire in his eyes, he headed for the roof. "I think you ought to know I'm heading over your way. And if my son don't walk out alive, you'll be riding in a grave." The robbers were not shaken, but you could say that they were stirred. The sheriff wasn't the kind of man you'd ever see unnerved. They waited in the silence, then a metal grate crashed to the floor as the sheriff dropped down through the vent, hell-bent on settling the score. "I think you should have known you weren't making it through this day." The sheriff held them dead to rights with 2 pistols both ablaze. full vest. A timer hit by a dying man lit one red minute on his chest. The sheriff cleared the building out in a furious uproar. Then he wrapped his arms around his boy and held him evermore. I think you ought to know, if we don't make it out today, heaven may not have a place for me.